to you by Centre de Santé Communautaire Hamilton Welland. My name is Leah, and I sure hope everyone is doing well out there during these crazy, unprecedented times. I encourage you to stay as active as you can during this time when we're all having to stay away from everyone and stay inside. And we're going to come out on the other side of this better than ever. We are hoping to be able to post more of these videos, hopefully weekly, so stay tuned. Our Keeping Balance class is quite a unique one, and it combines exercises and activities to work on maintaining or improving your balance, strength, flexibility, foot health, and your bone density. All of these components play important roles in your mobility, your ability to get up and down, and your ability to complete your everyday tasks. Most importantly, providing yourself with opportunity to work on these skills can reduce your risk of falls. Please note, though, there is no cardio or aerobic component to these classes or to these exercise videos that I'm doing. Participation in physical activity also exercises your mind and improves your feelings of well-being. So try to stay as active as you can, everyone. Now, I teach these Keeping Balance classes regularly, and I wanted to give a big shout out to all my groups and the people who already participate in these classes regularly. I want to say hi to my group from Welland, my group from the Valley Centre in Port Colborne, my two groups in Fond Hill from the Meridian Centre and from the Fond Hill Legion, and also from my friends at La Résidence des Aînés in St. Catharines. I also wanted to say hi to my mom and dad. Before we begin, I would like to review a few safety instructions. Please stop immediately if you feel dizzy, have chest pain, start sweating, or feel short of breath. Go at your own pace and take your time getting used to these exercises. Use your mobility aids, your walkers, your canes as you need to. No one person has to do any of these exercises. Do what you feel you can. Keep in mind that you may feel some muscle soreness the first couple of weeks. Stiffness, aches, and workout pain are normal when you're using muscles that you might not have used for a while. You should not, however, feel any joint pain. So if you do, dial back what you're doing, try and think about what you might have done, which exercise might have aggravated, and we'll try to adapt it as much as you can. In order to begin, please ensure you have the following prepared. You need an open space about 5 feet by 5 feet. You need a firm chair with a backrest, comfortable clothes you can move in, sturdy shoes or running shoes, water if you desire, and also today I am going to be using a ball. So this ball is about the size of a tennis ball. For our purposes here today, you can use any ball that you might have. If you do not have one, you could try a water bottle, like a plastic water bottle full of water, or a soup can, something that will roll, okay? But ideally a ball, so if you need to press the pause button on this video and go and find one, do that now. All right, please also remember that these exercises are usually done under supervision. So I'm watching what people do, and I'm able to correct posture, I'm able to remind people to do stuff, and you're at home now with no one to give you any of that guidance. So take extra care to prevent falls and injuries. Do not challenge yourself to the max right now. So long as you are moving, you're getting a benefit. Motion is the potion, or so they say. So let us now begin with our warm-up. Now, I'm going to ask you to take off your shoes and be in your stocking feet. The only thing between you and the floor are your feet, and taking extra good care of them is very important. By working in our stocking feet, we're working on improving sensation, circulation, the movement of foot and ankle joints, and improving proprioception. Proprioception is a big word that describes the information our joints, tendons, and muscles give back to our brain about where our body is in space. Our balance is controlled mainly through our vision, 80% in fact. The remaining 20% is composed of auditory, hearing, sensory, how you're feeling things, proprioception that I just mentioned, and vestibular components. Our vestibular system manages how we coordinate our movement and our balance. So, as we age, our vision can decrease. So trying to improve or maximize all those other components is crucial. Let's all stand up now and begin. All right. So, how we're going to be starting is we're going to be discussing proper posture. Proper posture is very important because it puts our body in our optimal position for being the best, having the best balance we can. So, let's all stand with our feet about hip width apart. You can be, I have a little exercise mat here, you can see. It doesn't matter, you can just be on your floor, on your stocking, rug, whatever you might be on. So, feet are hip width apart. Knees are relaxed or unlocked. Hips are level, shoulders are level. Belly's pulled in, chin is pulled back, string is pulling us up nice and tall. Shoulders are back and down. So we all gained about 3 inches here, so that's awesome. Let us do a little bit of deep breathing before we begin. So in this great, perfect posture position, you can close your eyes if you'd like. I'd like you to take a deep breath in through your nose like you're smelling a flower. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth like you're blowing birthday candles out. Lips are pursed. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Terrific. All right. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to find your ball, okay? And I'm going to stand beside my chair, but I'd like you to stand behind your chair. That chair is there to give you a little bit of an extra stability, okay? And if you need to grab on, you might need to do that during this exercise just to keep your balance. So I'm going to get you to put that right ball on the floor under your right foot. Okay. All right. Under your right foot on that. So your feet are going to be about hip width apart again. You're going to be standing with most of your weight on that left leg. Okay, so your body is having to stabilize to maintain that position. And under your right foot, you're going to be rolling that ball. So I want you to think about rolling and touching all the parts on the bottom of your foot. So don't forget that big toe, your baby toe, around your heel. I want you to make sure that you're touching all the parts of the bottom of your foot. What we're doing here is we're waking up the bottom of your foot. We're improving the connection between your brain and the sensors, the nerve endings in the bottom of your foot, getting a lot of information passing back and forth. We're working on the circulation in the bottom of your foot. We're working on improving the mobility of all the little joints around your toes and in your foot and in your ankle. We're working on the proprioception. Remember, that's that info that your joints are giving back to your brain about where you are in space. So we're working on all those things. You may try, if you'd like, closing your eyes while you do this, taking away that visual component, which really gets your brain to focus on those other areas that we want to try to maximize as much as we can. So we're rolling. Imagine that ball has paint on it, and you want to make sure the whole bottom of your foot is covered with that paint. So therefore, you don't want to miss a spot on that foot. Getting a nice massage. Very good. Excellent. Let's roll that ball now over to the other side. So you're behind your chair. You're just going to put that ball under your left foot. I'm going to roll this ball over to my left side. So now we're putting most of our weight and stabilizing through the right side of our body, and we're going to be doing our rolling through our left foot. So again, you're holding onto your chair. Now, if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, rather than holding on maybe with two hands that you might be grabbing on with, or you might be holding on really firmly with one, try just eliminating a little bit. So if you're holding two hands, go to one hand. If you're holding one hand with a full grip, try and just hold on with a couple fingers. You don't want to try to do it free fall if you can't manage that, but see if you can challenge just a touch what you're doing. So again, we're rolling to touch all the parts in the bottom of that foot. Don't forget your big toe or your baby. Round your heel. And you can try to change the direction of that ball frequently. So you're going to go clockwise and counterclockwise. Top to bottom, left to right. Moving that ball in all different directions to challenge your balance and to get lots of info going between your foot and your brain. You may also try closing your eyes if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge. If you don't feel safe with your eyes closed, just open them, and you can keep them open. That's all right. All right, good enough for that. Let's have everybody get their shoes on now. So you can have a seat in your chair. We don't need the ball anymore. And we're going to get our shoes on. Shoes tied up. We're going to move on to our next component. Our classes are broken up into 4 sections. We start with the warm-up, then we move on to the balance, then we do some strengthening, and then we do our stretching at the end, so our flexibility portion at the end. So we're going to move on to balance now. What I suggest you do is you have your chair ahead of you and you're going to be standing behind your chair. So if you need to grab onto your chair for balance, you've got it there. I'm going to move my chair to the side so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to do something called a Tai Chi move. Many of you might have taken Tai Chi in the past. I'm not saying I'm any expert on this, but part of our program, this is one of the exercises that we do. So let's start with our left foot ahead and our right foot behind. Our left front foot is going to be pointed straight ahead. Our back right foot is going to be on a 45-degree angle, okay? The wider apart you have your feet, the more of a challenge it will be to your balance. The closer together, it'll be a little bit easier. So you might want to start a little closer together until you get the hang of it, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a front-to-back weight shift to begin. So when we put our weight onto our front leg, our knee is going to be bent, back leg is straight. When we put our weight onto our back leg, that knee bends and this leg is straight. Let me demonstrate a side view for you. So when I put my weight on my front leg, this knee bends, this leg is straight. When I put my weight on my back leg, this knee bends, that leg is straight. All right? This is kind of confusing. Often in my classes, I'll turn my back to them so that they're doing the same move that I'm doing. So I'll give you that view as well. So front foot is pointed straight ahead, back foot's on a 45. When I put my weight on that front leg, that knee bends. When I put my weight on the back leg, that knee bends. All right? Okay. So go back to my front position. And we have that front to back movement. So we can all try doing that front to back weight shift. So to the front and then to the back. Front and back. I want you to think about your hips now. So right now they're just kind of straight, but I want you to think when your weight is over that back foot that's 45, I want your hips to kind of go 45. And when your weight goes to the front leg and that's going straight ahead, I want your hips straight ahead. So you're going to be doing a bit of a hip swivel if you can. All right, so let's add that part in. Now lastly, we're going to add our arms. So when our weight is in the back, our arms are going to be near the back. And when our weight's in the front, our arms are going to be in the front. Okay? I want you to think about moving your arms in a flowing circular motion. So not just front to back, but have those arms flow in a circle if you can. If you think about Tai Chi is a slow, fluid, graceful movement. So we're going to be moving front to back in a slow, fluid, smooth way. Arms are kind of just going in this circular kind of motion to the side of my body. So I've done a few here. Let's say I've done 4. We're going to do 10 in total. So there's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Back to the beginning. Well done. Very good. Let's do this on the other side now. So exact same thing, but opposite legs. So now our right foot is going to be in the back, or sorry, our left foot's going to be in the back and our right foot's going to be in the front. Okay, so we're just turning the opposite way. The opposite foot is in the front and in the back. So the back foot is still 45. The front is still pointed straight ahead. Okay, so when we put that weight on that back leg, that knee bends. When we put our weight on our front knee, that knee bends. So we're doing that back and forth, front to back weight shift. Okay, think about those hips. When the hips are over the 45 foot, they go 45. When your hips are over the straight foot, they go forward. Okay, this just helps with the smoothness and the control of that Tai Chi move. Everything is slow and controlled. Let's add the arms. When our weight's in the back, arms are in the back. When our weight's in the front, our arms are in the front. And remember, we're doing a nice, fluid, kind of circular motion with my arms. I bring them in, bend my arms when my weight's in the back, and I stretch them out in front of me when my weight's in the front. But notice I'm keeping my back straight. I'm not leaning forward. My body is staying straight up and down. It's just my arms and my legs that are doing the work. Okay? So I'd say we've probably done about 4. Let's keep going to go to 10. There's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very well done. Excellent job. Let's give those legs a little walk out, the arms a little swing too. Okay, next thing we're going to move on to is something called the 5-step side step. This can be confusing, but let's see if we can do this, because this is also a mental workout, this one. So I'll demonstrate first what we're going to do. We're really just doing this one with our legs. This is also working on strengthening of our legs. So our feet are started close together. We're going to bend both knees down. One leg is going to come out to the side, but my weight is still over this leg. Now I'm going to shift my weight to the other leg, drag that leg in, knees are still bent, then I stand up. Let's go to the other side. Bend my knees, leg is out, shift my weight, drag my leg in, stand up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you might not get this one every time. It takes a lot of concentration to get this one down pat. I want you to imagine, this might help, that you're starting standing and you're ending standing, but the rest of the time your knees are bent. So imagine the ceiling goes low. So I'm bending my knees, the ceiling's low. I gotta stay down. So my knees are bent, one leg's out, shift my weight, drag that leg in, and then I stand. So imagine there's a beam here that you have to kind of go underneath. We'll start, let's do 10. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Excellent. We'll be revisiting that one more than likely, that exercise, so we'll keep practicing it. If you need to get a drink of water, do so now. All right. Our next exercise also works on balance. We're still in the balance section. It's called the hand to knee. So we're going to begin by just doing a basic standing march. Okay? So we're going to be lifting one knee, then the other. And again, if you need to be behind your chair to hold on, the chair is always best in front of you when you're doing any of these exercises in case you need to grab on, okay? All right, so standing march. So you're bringing your knees up to you, raising your knees high, high knees, body's upright, chin's level, okay? So we're not humping down to our knees, we're bringing our knees up to us, okay? So what we're gonna add on to this one is opposite hand to opposite knee. So if you start with your hands out to the side, bring one hand in, opposite hand, opposite knee. Got the rhythm? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, you can keep continuing with this, but I'm going to give you another option to make this a little more challenging. So you may continue with this, or you can add a squat, then touch opposite hand to opposite knee. Squat, opposite hand to opposite knee. You choose. So if you're going to stick with just the high knees, I want you to see if you can try and maintain that speed, that rhythm, if possible, until I'm done 10 of the squat ones. Okay, so here we go. You're either doing high knees or the squat. Let's go for it. There's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're getting there, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Finish that one. Good work. Walk it out a little bit now. Take a deep breath in. And breathe it out through your lips. One more time. And out. Awesome job. Okay. We are going to move on to strengthening now. So I'm going to get my chair out now. So we're going to stay standing, and we are going to work these hip adductor muscles. These muscles are so important because they help us with everything from climbing stairs, up and down off chairs, in and out of your car, off a chair, in and out of the bathtub, everything you do when you get up and down. So they're very important. They also provide us with some padding over our hip joint in case we ever do have a fall. And hopefully they'll pad us enough that we won't have a major injury. So these muscles are important to keep strong, and they're notoriously weak. They're something that it's hard to isolate this muscle to work, and so that's why we try and do it here in this class. So we are going to start by standing beside our chair. So I want you to pick a side. I'm to the right of my chair. If you want to do the same, I'm over to the right side, and we're going to work our right leg to begin. So I'm standing directly beside the backrest of my chair, and I'm going to keep my hand on that chair because that's going to keep me upright. If I don't hold on, or I don't hold on somewhere else, I might tip. And when I'm doing my exercise, I want to keep my body perfectly upright and straight. The next thing I want you to think about is bringing this right foot out beside you. So it's directly beside you, not in front. As soon as I bring my foot in front or it's behind, I am now using my big strong quad muscle, my big thigh muscle, and we're not isolating this small one. This foot has to be directly out beside you, and your toes need to be pointed straight ahead. Again, as soon as I now have my foot on an angle, I'm using this muscle. I'm like, this is so easy. Toes have to be parallel, both pointed straight ahead. You're not doing a huge lift with these legs, this exercise. You're really just clearing the floor with your foot, okay? So we're going to start by lifting that right leg and doing 10 small circles, okay? So not big ones like this. Again, now I'm using this muscle, my bum muscle, and those are all strong ones. We're doing small little circles to isolate this muscle. Okay, let's try and begin. So holding onto the chair, keeping your body upright, lift that foot out directly beside you, look down at your toes, make sure they're pointed straight ahead, and let's do 10 small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give your foot a break, leg a break. Now we're going to do the reverse circle. So the opposite of what you did. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a rest. You're going to find this leg that you're standing on gets really tired. It is holding all your body weight up. It is stabilizing so that you can isolate this small, fine movement. It's doing a lot of work. So we're working this muscle, which is awesome, but you're also working this other side, which is so important as well. Let's go to the other side of our chair. All right, so now I am to the left side of my chair, and I'm going to be using my left leg. So standing on that right side, holding onto the chair so we stay up nice and tall. Let's lift that left foot up just to clear the floor. Look at your toes, make sure they're pointed straight ahead, and 10 small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax your leg for a minute, and reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Terrific work. Give your legs a little walk out there, arms a little swing. Very good. Okay, we're going to move on to another strengthening exercise. It's called a sit-stand squat. So you can have your chair behind you if you want, in case you feel you might need to sit, or you can have your chair in front of you so that you can hold on if you need to when we're doing our squat exercise. I'm going to move my chair to the side so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, you're going to stand with your feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Toes are going to be angled out, okay? You do not have to do the arm portion, but I like to add the arms in. It's an easy way to get a bit of an arm workout. Okay, so my arms are going to be in the center in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just standing in place, keeping my back upright, my head level. I'm going to bend my knees down into a squat, and I'm going to come directly back up. We're going to do this 10 times. We're going to do it slowly and controlled. Okay, we're going to breathe. Remember to breathe. And we'll take a break after the 10. So arms in the middle. Here we go. Down for 1. Slow and controlled. 2. Make sure you keep breathing. 3. 4. 5. 6. We're almost done. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Terrific. Good work. Give those legs a little shake. Give those arms a little swing. All right. Let's get right back into place and do 10 more of these ones. All right. So if you remember, feet are a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Toes are angled out. Arms are in the center. Here we go. Down we go. And up. Let's count backwards. There's 10. 9. 8, slow and controlled. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Awesome job. Arms a shake and give your legs a shake. Good work. Okay, we are going to move on to some arm work now. We're going to do some wall push-ups. So I need you to find a place in your house that has a flat wall that you can push on and work against. So I'm going to move my chair here. Actually, maybe I'll leave it this way. And I'm going to use this part here. This is all I have in my room, so I'm going to use this wall. So what I want you to do is I want you to stand about an arm's length away from the wall, okay? Arm's length away, feet can be about hip width apart. Palms are shoulder height, shoulder width apart, okay? You're going to tighten your core so that your body stays flat like a board, and you're going to bend your arms so that your face comes close to the wall, okay? Your face comes close to the wall and back out, okay? So you shouldn't have any wowing of your back. Your body is firm and tight. Your body stays flat. It's just your arms that are bending to bring your face close to the wall and back out. Your heels should not be coming off the floor. So if they are, your feet are too far away from the wall. Bring them a little closer, okay? So again, an arm's length width away. Let's do 10 of these. Excellent. Very good. Give those arms a little shake. All right. Let's get right back into business and do the same thing. So 10 more. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 wall push-ups. So here we go. Let's count. There's 10. 9. 8. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, Give those arms a shake. You can walk your legs out a little bit. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do some back push-ups, I guess we'll call them. All right, why are we doing back push-ups? As we age, the muscles in your chest tend to tighten and your back muscles weaken, which can give you that rolled shoulder effect. We want to try to counteract that, because if you think about it, if your body is upright and all of your weight is directly over top of your feet, you're in the best balanced position possible. If you're humped forward and your body's rolled forward, if you ever have a trip or a little slip up, stumble, your body weight is already pitched forward and gravity would generally pull you right forward and break down. So we want to try and promote good posture, strong back, shoulders back. That's why we're doing the back push-up. So let's get into position. You're going to put your back right against that wall. And I want you to try to put your feet out from the wall about, let's say, about 10 or 12 inches. 6 inches if you don't feel comfortable, but you need your heels away from the wall at least 6 inches so that your legs are angled back and you can get your bum and your shoulder blades back against the wall, okay? What we're focusing on here is imagining that we're gonna push the wall with our upper back and our shoulders. So that's what we're really gonna try to engage back against the wall. So your chest is gonna come out a little bit. You'll feel kind of, you go pigeon chested a little bit. Shoulder blades, shoulders back against the wall. Your bum's gonna be still against the wall. Arms and palms against the wall. And back of your head, if you can, chin down. So you're gonna get a double chin. So not like this, chin down. And when I say go, I'm gonna get you to think about really pushing through that upper part of your back and shoulders against that wall. That's the thing I want you to focus on. You'll feel pressure through your feet and pressure through that upper back as you try to push this wall back. Okay, so I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, push, and we're gonna hold for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Give your shoulders a little wiggle, little shoulder shrug. All right, let's get right back into position and do this one more time. All right, so you're going to get ready to think about putting pressure through that upper back and shoulder area and through the bottom of your feet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Very good. Come off the wall. Give your shoulders a roll back. Give your shoulders a roll forward. Very good. Scissor arms in front. Scissor arms behind. Very good. All righty. Let's make our way back to our seat now. We're going to begin our stretching. All right. So stretching is our flexibility component. When our muscles are flexible, we can move more smoothly and our movement is easier. When people have tight leg muscles, you see that shuffle, tight hamstrings, tight leg muscles. We want our muscles long and fluid and loose so that you can move easier. So that's why we focus a lot on these stretches. They're very important. We're going to start with our thighs, our quads. We worked those today, and you might feel some muscle soreness from using those muscles, and that's okay as long as it's a muscle soreness. It will abate. So let us start. There's 3 different ways to do this thigh stretch. So you can stand. This is probably the way that most people think about stretching their thighs. If you are able, you can grab your foot and pull your heel up behind you, trying to keep your knees together when you do this, and you'll feel that pull on that thigh muscle, okay? You can hold that and do that as you feel you can. Another option is to sit on the edge of your chair in the front. So you can see I'm kind of have one leg, one bum cheek hanging off my chair. My knee is pointed towards the floor. My toe is in the floor and my heel is pushed back. My body is upright. I'm facing the direction that I'm seated and my chin is level. I can hold the back of my chair to keep myself from sliding off. And where I'm going to feel this stretch is right in the front of my thigh, maybe up into my hip flexor. If you lean forward, you won't feel it. If you sit upright or actually lean back, you will feel that stretch. Okay, so see if you can do that one. If you happen to have a chair that doesn't have this foot here, you can also sit on the very front edge of your chair and put your leg underneath you. See if I can get my foot behind that spot. And the same kind of thing as we were just doing in the front. My knee is hanging off the front of my chair. My toe is in the floor, heels pushed back. My bum is right on the edge of the front of my seat. Okay, and I'm feeling that pull here and up into my hip flexor muscle. So we'd like to hold these stretches for 20 to 30 seconds each so that you really can relax into that stretch. Try and do some deep breaths into that stretch. I'm going to move into the other position. Again, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Very good. Excellent. Let's switch legs. So I'm going to go over to the other side. Standers, you can work your other leg. So people sometimes do this in the front. I have people in my class that also sit on the front edge of their seat and hang their leg off and hold on to the other side of their chair. Same thing, it's just a different way of doing it. So again, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair, holding onto the backrest. My knee is pointed towards the floor, my toes in the floor, heels pushed back, body's upright, chin's level. I'm feeling that stretch right through the front of my quad and into my hip flexor. I'm doing some deep breaths. Terrific. Very good. All right, we're going to move on to stretching our calf muscles out because we've used those as well today. So, generally I'd like you to try to stand behind your chair if you can. We're going to put our right foot ahead and our left foot behind. I'm going to change my chair to be side view so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I've got my right foot ahead and my left foot behind. I'm going to bend that front knee. My back leg is straight and my heel is glued to the floor. Okay, I'm looking forward, my chin is level, my back is straight, and I'm kind of leaning into that front bent knee, and I'm going to feel that stretch in my back calf. Okay, remember to breathe in and breathe out, and try to relax into that stretch if you can. Awesome. All right, and let's move over to the other side. So, now your left foot's ahead and your right foot's behind, okay? Bend that front knee, back leg stays straight, heel is glued to the floor, my body is upright, I'm not bending at my back, chin is level, holding onto my chair, leaning into that front knee to stretch that back calf muscle. Very nice. All right, we're going to move on to our back of our thigh stretch, or hamstring stretch. So you're going to sit on the front edge of your seat. You're not going to be using that backrest. You're forward in your chair, and you're going to put your right heel out in front of you. You're forward enough in your chair so that when you put your leg out in front of you, your knee is straight, okay? If you're back in your chair, your knee's gonna be bent. I want you forward enough in your chair that your knee is straight, okay? Your heel's on the floor, your toe is up, pulled back towards you. You're sitting up nice and tall, or you can lean forward and put weight on your bent knee. I'll do a side view for you. So I'm on the front edge of my seat, okay? My right heel is out in front of me, knee is straight. My toe is up and pulled back towards me. I'm sitting up nice and tall, or I'm leaning forward and putting weight on my bent knee. And I'm gonna feel that stretch in my calf, maybe behind my knee, perhaps up into my hamstring, okay? And remember, we're relaxing into our stretch. Very good. Let's go to the other leg. So now my left heel is out in front of me. Toe is up, pulled back towards me. Sitting up nice and tall, or leaning forward, putting your weight on your bent knee. And you're relaxing if you can. Terrific. All right. Let us now sit in our chair right against the backrest. Okay? We're going to do some relaxing deep breaths to end our session today. We all need to relax in these stressful times. So you're going to sit right back against that backrest. Feet are flat on the floor. I'd like you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. We want to try to get these deep breaths right down into our abdomen if we can. Shallow breathing is up here, and that's when you're stressed, when you do those shallow breaths. We want to try and breathe deep right down into our belly if we can. Okay, so close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose like you're breathing in the scent of a flower. And breathe out through your mouth with your lips pursed like you're blowing out candles. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and exhale, letting your shoulders relax. Breathe in through your nose and exhale, letting your face relax. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch. And give yourself a hug. We all need those now. Very good. So, excellent job today, everybody. I challenge you to try to do this exercise video one or more times, 1 or 2 more times this week. They say that 3 times a week of exercise is optimal. And if you can, go out and walk every day or 2. Remember to practice your social distancing from everyone while you're walking. but you can still say hi and how's it going, and kind of connect with others that way, but remember to keep your distance. Please tune in next week for another class of the Keeping Balance Fun Fit from Home, brought to you by Centre de Santé Communautaire. Tell your friends about how to connect with these videos as well, because we all need to stay active at this time. Okay, until next time, we'll see you guys. Have a great day.